Ticket Machine is the official ticket broker of Spartan Nation. No matter what you need a ticket for, border to border, coast to coast, the Ticket Machine is your ticket source. So whether you need to get into the hottest concerts, the best sporting events, you want the best seats in the house, or you just want to get in the door, when you want to go to any event that requires a ticket, anywhere, border to border, coast to coast, it's always theticketmachine.com. Theticketmachine.com, 517-655-3201. Check it out today at theticketmachine.com.
It got underway last week with the regular season, which was exciting, and to get some real games, things that count always makes a difference. I thought our guys, they did a nice job. There's things we've been working on, things we've been trying to improve on, since we first got here about a year and a half ago, and some of those things, especially Friday night, I thought we did a good job with. We played fast. I don't know if that's the most shots we've had on net since I've been here, but 45 shots on net was really good. And we knew coming back the next night that Northern was going to be a lot better. They're a veteran team, and in college hockey, if you're old on the back end, you can have a chance to win. And they had 4 seniors back there, and a senior goaltender, and defensively they're much better. And they're a fairly dangerous team. 2 of the leading scorers in the country back, and an all-senior first line. So it was a good battle the second night. I think they were a little better. I don't think we were quite as sharp. We didn't play as fast. Maybe slid into some older habits of kind of playing one-on-one hockey instead of attacking as groups, and that leveled the game a little bit. At the end of the game, we got back to 3-3. And just couldn't get the next one once they scored the fourth. But a lot of positives, a lot of things came out of it. I think it illustrated some things that when we do them well, we'll play well, which is a good lesson for the guys. And then also, I think Saturday night there's some good illustrations of if we try and do things a certain way, that's not going to work very well for us. So, we'll learn some of those lessons. And a real good skate yesterday, and unfortunately, I wish we were playing this weekend, but we got this weekend off, and then Cornell, which is a top 10 team in the country, the week after that. So, be another good test, but gives us time to get ready, and it's good to get started.
Danton, 2 questions for you. First of all, with the weekend off, are you able to use this weekend with Michigan State in football anyway in recruiting?
It's interesting now, because it used to be, say back when I was being recruited, football Saturdays are great to have guys in. Now, the way the youth hockey and junior hockey is, it's hard to get guys away from their teams. Everybody's playing Fridays, Saturdays, and a lot of Sundays. We will have some guys in, which is kind of nice. We found a couple teams with some younger guys that had the weekend off, so we'll get some in. But just the way hockey is now, it really doesn't lend itself to that as much as it used to.
And then secondly, you do have a young team. And so when you have a young team that plays and wins game 1, was there a little bit of a letdown, not because they took Northern for granted, just because they were young and assumed, okay, we beat them last night, we got this one?
Well, you try and guard against it, but you don't want to make the point of it. You don't make it a self-fulfilling thing. We talked about them a little bit. We tried to phrase it in the aspect of how we played last year. When we come out and we play average and on a Friday night, and how we would respond the next night. In college hockey is a lot about urgency, and Coach Tim Taylor, longtime coach, used to say the most desperate team wins the game, and that's what we were guarding against a little bit. And I think again we weren't quite as sharp. They were a little better, but it was something we wondered about, and hopefully you learn that lesson. But you've got to bring it. You've got to bring that excitement, and you got to play fast every night if you want a chance to win.
We've asked you a couple times about attendance. I wasn't there, but I'm told there was quite a buzz and a lot of people. Did you sense that last weekend? It
was great. Friday night was really good, and then we weren't sure on Saturday. Football going beforehand, and the zone camp out going on, but it ended up being better on Saturday night. So there it is. It's you can feel it. There's a lot of energy in the building. I give the students a ton of credit for that. The student section was unbelievable both nights. We had sold over 700 student tickets, which is over 10% of the building, and then we had overflow on that with them. So I give them a ton of credit. They're doing a heck of a job at everybody else. But that's how you want it, and we got to jam a few more people in there, but we're getting there.
You're calling your student section now the Munsters?
The Munsters, yes, sir. They voted on that. So you like that or not? We need a mascot, so somebody come up with an idea for a mascot.
Other than that, do you like it?
Well, I think it's great. I think, if the students like it and they have fun with it, it gives them a little identity. It's been a few different names over the past few years, I guess, and, if they can get something they can stick with, I think that, Mun's not going anywhere, that's sticking around, so, if they embrace it and it works, that'd be great, whatever makes them feel good.
Coming into the year, there was not a lot of questions about your top line, but there was about lines 2 through 4. How did you think that they played this weekend?
I thought, I thought they did a nice job. We got some offense out of Saliba's line. Sammy scored. They had a power play goal as a unit the first night as well. But they had lots of chances. I think Sokoviak did a really nice job. He creates a lot. He's a dynamic player. And in today's game, you can just grind it and try and get pucks to the net, and then but you can also have guys with talent that can create some separation and make a play, and he can do that. And he sent Logan Lambden in, I think, 3 times alone on the goalie, and they didn't get in to show for that, but those are the kind of opportunities we want. Tommy Apap's line was outstanding, and that's Brennan Sanford and Brody Stevens. It's a big line, a heavy line, and we want them to be good defensively, but what we really want them to do is play in the offensive zone, be real heavy, throw some bodies around. They ended up scoring a goal for us on Friday night. Brennan had a great play, but their time of possession and the time they spend in the offensive zone, and they allow us to match up. If we need to give the top line a break, they can play against the other team's top line. So they were very good. And then we've got a senior, Cody Milan, playing with 2 freshmen over the weekend with Goodser and Madsen. They did a nice job defensively. They were real good. They didn't hurt us at all there. I thought when they were on the ice, for the most part, they outplayed their 3rd and 4th lines on Friday. It was a little more even on Saturday. I thought towards the end of the game they got better, but the depth was good, and it allowed us, as much as anything, to keep Kodorenko's line into some reasonable minutes. They were in 19 or 20 minutes, where last year they were probably in a series that tight like that with nothing the next weekend. They'd have probably been about 25 or 26. So that really helps, and over the long run, they'll be more productive with less ice time, if that makes sense.
This sort of builds off that a little bit, but what did you learn about the resiliency of your team this weekend in those 2 games? Just being able to come back from behind and keep it tied and then win on the first night just with the goal scoring? Well,
we're going to play a lot of close games this year, and you just got to get used to playing them. Most of college hockey is that way, and it was 2-2 with a minute and a half to go in Friday's night's game, and you want to see guys play. Ideally, when you get good at hockey, you're playing the same way. I mean, you can tweak some things a little bit, but there's a constancy of effort and energy, and I thought they did a really good job of that on Friday. Just really never got away from it. I thought we did on Saturday night a little bit, but we talked after the second period, and it wasn't yelling and screaming or anything like that. It was just hey, we haven't played as well tonight as we did last night, but there's certain things we got to do, and then we come out with the power play and zip one quick, and then they make a great play off a face-off, and Kodorenko gets one back. We're always sending 3-3, and I like the way we played. And even when it was 4-3, you can feel on the bench sometimes there wasn't a buckling of a panic. It was, hey, let's just keep going, and we had our chances. And they've got a senior goaltender back there with Northern that's won a lot of games, and he made 2 or 3 big saves, which a lot of times that's what the game of hockey comes down to. But in terms of that, how we reacted to a tie game late, being behind in the 3rd period after coming back, I liked it. And the scoring in the 3rd period, we outscored them 4-1 over the weekend, and that's I always like winning 3rd periods. I think from a mentality and physicality standpoint, that's an important thing to establish.
You said you wish you were playing this weekend. Why aren't you? You couldn't find an opponent, or?
Well, the schedules are done a few years out, so we're just starting to get into some of the games that we've scheduled, and that's just the way. And I'm not sure what was set up before, but sometimes it's that, and if you can't find a game on the road, you probably don't. Unless we get a split, we don't like playing at home, obviously, on football weekends, because then you get into a Friday-Sunday series. So I'm assuming some of that went into it. And it's not horrible. It's just I thought we played well, and guys probably want to play again, go hit somebody.